My name is Davis and welcome back to another video, and today we're here for another weather breakdown. Now we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, including flooding, hurricanes, major temperature swings that are going to come through, another snowstorm, and much more. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the excessive rainfall outlook, alright? We have a marginal risk, a 5% risk, or you have a 5% chance rather to see flash flooding today if you are in the Miami, West Palm Beach area, okay? So look out for that in Southeast Florida. And you're also going to have a 5% chance to see flooding today if you're here in extreme southeastern Louisiana, but I doubt I have anybody watching there. So let's move on to tomorrow, where it actually gets much more concerning. It is honestly the reason that I decided that I definitely need to make a nighttime video. Earlier today, this was going to be a 15% chance, alright? You would have a 15% chance to see flash flooding, and you still do if you're in the yellow, but if you're in the red this time around, that means that you have a 40% chance to see flash flooding, and Miami is included in that, guys. You have to look out for that. We're definitely going to see flooding somewhere in this area, but you, yourself, no matter where you're at in there, you have a 40% chance to see flash flooding in your area today, okay? So you have to look out, tomorrow. So you have to look out for that, alright? And then once again, the green, you have a 5% chance to see flash flooding if you're in. But tomorrow, extreme flooding in southeastern Florida possible, so we're going to keep watching that. We already have had a flash flood warning today in the Fort Lauderdale area, but it's going to be even worse tomorrow. Moving on to Thursday, we're going to have another marginal risk of flash flooding. Again, you're going to have a 5% chance to see flash flooding in Florida, this time from the Jacksonville area, almost back down to Miami, but you do make it to West Palm Beach, so look out for that. Friday, we do not have a flood risk as of right now. Saturday, no flood risk, alright? Snowfall totals, okay? So we are going to have a winter storm move through the area, like I did say in the intro of this video, and it's actually gotten worse since my afternoon time update video, because now we can see the radar out to 8 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, okay? And it gets a lot heavier than it was going to be at 3 p.m., alright? So between 3 and 8 p.m., that's another 5 hours of data we're going to be able to look at here. Starting off with Montana, northwest Montana is going to see a lot of snow, alright? If you're in the Hamilton, Missoula, Shelby, Conrad area, that could just be anywhere from a dusting upwards of half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. But once you get into those medium and darker blues, guys, that's a lot of snow. Once you get into those extremely dark blues in the mountains there, I mean, there's a 7.7-inch reading, and that's not even in the darkest shade, alright? There's going to be well over half a foot of snow somewhere in this area in the mountains of Montana. There's even an 8-inch reading west of Chief Mountain. But yeah, within the next 24 hours, you could see 3/4 of a foot of snow if you are in the mountains of Montana, okay? So you have to look out for that. That's going to be a pretty major snowstorm. Alright, we do not have winter storm watches or warnings in effect, but we do have some winter weather advisories, but we're going to break down where those are placed later, okay? This snowstorm does spill into northeast Idaho a little bit, so a few inches of snow are possible around the Moulin region. There's a 2.1-inch reading north of Graves Peak, a 1.6-inch reading around here, so look out for that. And that's just from this snowstorm. I'm not going to break down all the snow like I usually do, but from that snowstorm, that's what you could see. National Hurricane Center, okay? This is actually getting a lot more active, alright? So we have this disturbance that I've mentioned time and time again, and even the National Weather Service is the National Hurricane Center is downgrading its probabilities of it forming. It's going to have a 60% chance to form the next 7 days and a 30% chance to form the next 48 hours. I've been saying the whole time I don't think it's a big deal, and I'm sticking with that hypothesis, okay? I don't think it's going to impact anybody, but it is something for you to watch out for if you're in the orange shaded area there. But we have a new disturbance, alright? In the yellow there, that's disturbance number 2 that has a 10% chance to form the next 7 days. We'll watch this as it is very close to the east coast of the United States, but overall nothing major right now. Eastern Pacific, nothing. Central Pacific, nothing. So, Climate Prediction Center, we're going to speed through this part pretty fast. Temperature outlook, not anything you really need to worry about. Maybe some heat in western California here and southwest Oregon. But then we go to the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, and that's where we see we have an area that's going to have a 50 to 60% chance to see above average precipitation from Louisiana back down to central Florida, alright? This is going to end the exceptional drought that has been happening in some of these areas, so that's pretty nice, or not end it, but at least remedy part of the problem, okay? But the problem that we're now going to see is excessive rainfall with that, so look out for that. We are starting to see the effects of that already, as I mentioned earlier. 8 to 14 day outlooks for the 22nd to the 28th. This is your Thanksgiving time of year. Alright, we're going to have this major Arctic blast move through the area of the United States here. 50 to 60% chance to see below average temperatures in the darkest shade of blue extending from northeast Texas back over into southwest Ohio, so look out for that. But nothing else major in the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, nothing major, just some minor precipitation swings. So finally, watches, warnings, and advisories. If you can't tell, I'm losing my voice. High wind watch is in effect in southeast Wyoming. That's something you're actually going to have to worry about there in the Brown, because that's some pretty strong wind gusts, possibly upwards of 60, 65, maybe even isolated areas up to 70 miles per hour with that. Alright, so look out for that over the next several hours and really over the nighttime. That's going to be some pretty strong winds, could knock over trees, pull power lines out of the ground, so be very careful out there. Definitely don't go outside. Winter weather advisories. I said I'd talk about this in the purple. That's a winter, those are winter weather advisories in portions of Montana, so look out for that. Grays, those are air quality alerts in portions of Idaho and up into Washington as well a little bit, so look out for that. Or sorry, dense fog advisories, not air quality alerts. Oh wait, no, this one's a dense fog advisory. This one's an air quality alert, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. We do have flood watches and advisories effect in southeast Florida, so be careful with that for the rest of the day and tomorrow especially. But yeah, other than that, pretty calm right now, so if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.